Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And the final unit of the Ogre's Pride meta has come out, and unfortunately, it is not Xion. It is Shuna, the Bright Dancer Oni. And while also not being everyone's favorite pick for this meta, she's also unnecessary for this meta. And there's a few reasons for that. So first off, before we do anything else, I want to watch her ult. It makes no sense. It is the least animated, least impressive ult of this entire meta, and a fire unit is launching a big ass stone. I feel like she was meant for last meta or something, for the Prosper team. So weird. Next, her banner is a single featured unit banner. It's only her as the new character. She does have Temp Sleep Benimaru, Idol Shuna, and Bride Shuna with her. So there are 3 different Shunas featured on this banner. Doesn't really mean much. So already that drops her value down because it's a single unit banner. Her kit is in some ways exactly what I wanted, and in other ways exactly what I don't care about. Because she is giving all magic characters weakness strike by 100%. Okay. Weakness strike inherently is not the strongest buff, but it is useful in a type advantage setting. And then she's buffing her own magic attack by 120%. Now, the team that we were already running, the Ogre's Pride team, already had Violet and already had Blanc. Blanc giving the 100% weakness strike, and Violet giving the 100% magic buff to everybody. Not just Shuna, but everybody on the team. So Soe got it, Violet got it, Elmesia got it, Blanc got it, and Momiji got it. And it's 100%. Not that much lower than the 120. So yes, while we had to use 2 different skills to equal this, it is useful for everybody and not only half of the skill is useful for everybody. Her second skill is objectively very, very good. It's a triple alt swap to blues, just like Blanc, but it's 10 points cheaper. It's only 15 points, which is good. It's very good. Her trait is protection gauge every 2 turns. Essentially, what this makes this Fire Shuna is a fire magic Blanc. It really is, because you have 100% weakness strike, both her and Blanc have it. You have a triple alt swap, both her and Blanc have it. Her alt swap is cheaper. The only difference, and they have the same trait, it's turn 2 protection gauge. They have the same trait. They have the same second skill, almost. They have almost the same first skill. It's just that Blanc, on top of doing the weakness strike, is also synergy resistance down, which is a generic debuff that the entire team can take advantage of. Meanwhile, the Shuna is doing a selfish 120% magic attack. So, the reason why she's what I want and what I don't want is because she is fairly generic, right? Most people can take advantage of weakness strike if you're building your team with a NUKER, that's type advantage, and all blue teams can take advantage of a triple alt swap, and making it cheaper is even better. But also, at the same time, this is a single target nuking character. Nuking characters already phase out very quickly in the metas, and while she does have generic viability, which is very good for her, her beatdown battle is an AoE stage, right? It's got 3 enemies. Your single target Shuna will kill 1. Congratulations. You still have 2 other enemies to take care of. And the only time that this Shuna is going to be majorly impactful is for Heroes Jubilee, when that comes out the end of the week. Yeah, probably Sunday-ish, somewhere around there. And that's only going to be useful for 1, maybe 2 fights. A normal battle 3, if it's catered to fire, and then boss battle 2, which is going to be the single target. Other than that, every single other thing that this team wants, we have Momiji for, as an AoE. So this single target Shuna is not doing anything that's not already available in the game. Weakness strike is around, magic buff is around, triple alt swapping is around. It's all rolled up nicely into one package, but half of it is selfish, and she doesn't really have a lot of viability outside of this incoming Jubilee, which is true for most DPS characters that come out, or at least single target DPS characters. So if you already have Light Blanc, you already have most of her kit. If you already have Visions of Coleus Violet, you already have a 100% magic buff for the entire team. So if we were to look, I'll just go back and look at the team itself, do you really need Shuna here? Not this team. Do you really need Shuna? And the answer simply is no. Like, not many people can build this specific team right here. I'll give you that. But this team, with Momiji, does enough damage to cover 3 different single target ults in one. She's doing 20-something million damage on an AoE per hit, 3 times. So by bringing Shuna in here, we can swap out Violet, I guess. Yeah, sure. Where is she? And then we don't need Blanc anymore because we have our triple alt swapper and we have our weakness strike. And the synergy resistance down from Blanc wasn't doing anything because Momiji's doing it at 60% versus Blanc's 50%. So that part of her skill wasn't very useful. And you could, if you wanted to, bring in Prosper Lumi, and you would have 4 units that will take part in the Lumi Orb Change, which eliminates all RNG. If you want to run this team, it's the most boring fucking shit in the world, but it'll do a lot of damage. But again, the weakness strike is not super duper extra impactful. It helps. Not by as much as you want it to. And the magic buff, now no one's getting a magic buff on this team except for Shuna. And this is an AoE beatdown battle where you want your AoE nuker, Momiji, to do that damage. But she's now missing a 100% magic buff, which is very impactful. So, this Shuna is what I like to define other characters, is a luxury character. Is it nice to have her? Yes. Is she 100% necessary to make the team run? No. There are substitutions for her. Granted, it's multiple substitutions, but they actually help the team out, in my opinion, more than what this Shuna is doing for this specific team setup. Alright? If we were to bring Blanc in, and we were to bring Violet back, everybody's getting a magic buff, everybody's getting weakness strike, and we have a triple alt swapping character. This team didn't really need anything else, and I think that's the problem. It means that the team is built very well, but it means that the single target nuker doesn't really fit as well as you want her to. So, no, you do not need to summon for the Shuna. She's not a limited time character. She will return on future banners. And I don't know how much value you're going to get out of picking up the Shuna versus picking up Soe or picking up Momiji and Benimaru. Because there's really not. Any damage that Shuna does, Momiji can also do in the same exact scenario. And it's not even exaggeration. It's because Momiji has that 70% fire attack buff. That's only for her. No one else gets it on this team. Shuna doesn't get it, so she's not getting 70% fire attack. Momiji is still getting 100% magic buff from Violet and 100% weakness strike from Blanc. So, if you have any semblance of this team, even if you don't have Almizia and you don't have Violet maybe, there are other units you can use. You do not need to summon for a brand new unit that I think is in a conundrum. She's got generic viability, but I don't want her on the team. It sounds horrible, but it's also very true. You'll see it during the showcase that I'll do. I'll start recording it tonight. It'll go out tomorrow sometime. But you'll see the damage drop off of Momiji, and it's going to be very impactful. Very, very impactful when you put Shuna on this team and you run it with Prosper Lumi instead. And I just don't know if that's worth it. And even in the single target setting, Shuna does not put up the damage numbers that you think she would. Because in reality, the only thing she's getting is an extra 20% magic attack. Because Violet's already doing 100. Otherwise, everything else is covered. So you're not gaining anything else, really, from bringing Shuna or summoning for Shuna. That's why I think she's unnecessary. She's not super useful in content right now, especially because the beatdown battle, again, is AoE focused, and there are substitutions for her versus bringing, Blanc and Violet or a mixture of characters. Other characters have alt swaps. Other characters have weakness strike. Some characters have magic buff. you don't need Shuna. Does that mean she's a bad unit? No. She is objectively good because her kit is objectively generic enough to use on multiple blue teams. And that does give her value. It's just I don't see the value right stat now with her actual own team. So she'll be a good pickup in 3 or 4 months when she's a side featured unit again, and you're like, oh, cool. Another alt swapping character, because they give us quite a few of those in free to play characters now. Glenda, Gobta, Rieger, like those are solid. And then the weakness strike and the magic attack, you're not really gonna miss it because other characters do that stuff. So if you have Momiji and Benimaru, you're good. If you have Soe as well, you're really, really good. You don't need Shuna. I don't think there's any realm of possibility that you actually need this Shuna for anything. Even if you don't have Blanc and Violet, I still don't think you need this Shuna. I think you just replace it with other characters that can support Momiji better. Alright? That's what I think. So, what do you think about her kit? Again, her Valor trait nerfs greens. It's not really that useful. Her actual trait, protection gauge every 2 turns, just like Blanc. It's very hard to rate her. I would give her... Where would I put her? I'd give her an 8. Just looking at it on paper, she's good. But as soon as I put her on the team, I would drop her to like a 6. I think I would drop her a whole 2 levels on her own team. It just does not sound good for her. But if you summon for the Shuna, let me know how your summons went. If you didn't summon for the Shuna, good. Continue to follow my advice of saving your crystals for the 3rd anniversary, which, again, I have to apparently beat into people's heads, is going to be around the 28th of October. Somewhere within this date range right here will be the triple featured unit banner with a 6% rate up on EX characters, and that's what people should be looking for and saving their crystals for. Not summoning for the Shuna. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.